Alright guys, welcome back to No Code Garage, and today's video is going to be a sad one but a good one because we're finally pulling the drivetrain out of the 1990 Chevy Lumina Eurosport. So like I said, we're going to be pulling the drivetrain out of this old girl, and I've been waiting for this for a long time. I've had this car for 4 years, so it's finally time to get this thing stripped. I'm going to go ahead and drain the fluids, coolant, oil, power steering. I'm going to leave the transmission alone until it gets put in the other vehicle that this is going into. I'm putting this into my 1987 Chevy Celebrity Eurosport. So yeah, sometime in the near future. As for right now, I don't know when that would be, but we're going to get this started because less than 24 hours, I got a guy that's going to come and get the car. Car's got about 145,000 miles on it. Not bad. Looks decent for the age. You know, early 90s. Everything works. Cruise control, and the AC did work when I first got it, but yeah, it doesn't work anymore. Probably more likely it ran out of Freon. Everything looks, you know, like I said, pretty decent for the age. But if you're wondering why I'm actually getting rid of it and stripping it, this is why. Because the passenger side is all banged up pretty bad, and it's just unfixable. It would have to go to a frame shop, body shop, and spend thousands to have this fixed and straightened with 2 new doors, painted and all that, and it's not worth it. So, and I got a salvage title anyway. The doors open and shut, but they are mangled. So for anyone that's going to comment later on down the road, you know, why didn't you save the car or fix it? It's pretty bad. This whole A pillar is pushed inwards. There is some mold growing, but you can see the floor is pushed in against the seat. So it's got some mold in it, and I try to cover it up every time it rains, but it is what it is. The guy that's getting it doesn't really care. He's going to be derbying the car anyways. So this whole door is torn all to pieces underneath that door panel. The whole A pillar body is all, it's pushed, but then it's pushed from the bottom up in too. As you can tell, the floor. I put baking soda in the back to kind of kill the smell and mold and water. So anyhow, I'm going to get after it, go ahead and get these fluids and everything drained and start unplugging harnesses and stuff like that and get this sucker pulled out. I am freezing my butt off. It is 30 degrees and it is dropping. Alright, well, back at it sometime later. As you can see, she's out. Man, I'm telling you, that fighted me the whole entire time. This car did not want its drivetrain removed. That's just the way I'm going to look at it. The axles, I couldn't get the CV axles out of the hub. I don't have a socket that was big enough, and everything was closed. So I had to take the suspension apart, the ball joint, tie rod, pull it outward and the strut, and then yank it out of the transmission. Do that on both sides, and then just leave them there and pull everything up, and they popped right out. This side was easy because this is a female, sort of a female side. That's a male side, so that shaft being so long like it was very difficult trying to get that to pass out of the transmission and lay to the side. Transmission, or the power steering lines are puking still. Letting that drain, it kept wanting to hit the master cylinder. That was the biggest problem that I kept having, and the fact that the exhaust wanted to hit the wall, the firewall. But I got it out. It's banged up a little bit, busted the cap, but yeah, it is what it is. But I got my fuel lines, I got my engine, I got my transmission, my radiator fans, my dual horns, and the ECM from this car. So the guy said he didn't care about fuel lines or the wiring harness or the axles or anything else like that, so that made it a lot easier. There was a lot of cutting that I could do without having to take so much apart, because that harness that wraps around a lot of the part of the engine bay, and I was not about to take the engine apart just trying to get that harness out. But anyhow, it's done. It's over. I'm glad. I'm going to put the hood back on it. I think that's about it. I got a long list of stuff that I've been trying to remember that I needed to pull before he shows up. He should be on his way anytime now. She's got 145,095 is what's on it. So, not that bad. The oil pressure on this motor was a lot better than that 2.8 that I got. Way, way better. It's like night and day difference. I'd like to have the steering wheel. I'd like to have that radio. But other than that, I don't really need anything else from the interior on this car. Well, actually, take that back. I like to have that rear view mirror because it has lights in it. And I like to have the wiring to it because, well, you got to remove the headliner to get to it. And it goes all the way down this pillar, down to here into the fuse box or underneath to get power. And then also this one has a feature of the trunk release, which is pretty cool. But I don't know how that works. I have the button in mind, but I need the motor and the wiring from the trunk to up here. And like I said, it's got this giant little motor on there. And the wiring harness goes down that side. My car stuff goes on this side. Probably because the fuse box is on this side of the car next to the glove box. And you can see my trunk lid, how it's made. But honestly, looking at it again, and yes, I know there's rust right there on the lip. I got another trunk lid, don't worry. It almost looks like they're the same latch. You got two holes here where that little motor would go. And then there's two up here that holds the latch to the car. Even if I changed the latch or had to, this stays the same. I'd almost wonder if that would work. Go ahead and take that motor off so I can have it for this one. And back to this one again. They look to be the same. Two holes, little latch. I don't know. Maybe it's riveted to this latch. Maybe I have to have this latch with it. I don't know. Let me see what I can do about getting it. I'd really like to have it if I can. And then somehow hook that up to the car. That luxury option would be awesome to add to it. Well, I got both of them off side by side, and they honestly look the same. The only thing I see is it doesn't have the cutout on mine, on the Eurosport, and the Lumina does. So, I don't know. Maybe I just throw this one on, because like I said, it doesn't matter with the key. And I got another trunk lid anyhow. And I'm only changing the locks, so I'm just throw this one on, throw the motor on with this one, just so I have it, and try to get some of the wiring as far back as I can so I can hook it up to this one. Alright, check this out. It fits. I got the motor on, the latch on, adjusted properly, and check this out. Everything lines up. The trunk's a little off anyway. It's been hit with a tree or something before. Listen to that. Just clicks right into place like it's supposed to. I've never had a trunk lid do that on this car. That's very smooth. That latch is a lot better, and it could be adjustment too, you know, but that latch and adjustment is way better. And it's shut, it's sealed. I doubt it. I never had a trunk leak before, but it seems to be more supported than what it was before. Like I said, the gaps don't line up with the trunk lid. It's kind of straight here, but then if you come over here, the lip of the trunk lid sticks outward, so something's not right. And then you got a gap that looks like it's closed, so something about this trunk lid's all warped up. But that shuts and opens perfect. It actually makes the pop noise. Yeah, sweet. God, man, this is why I love GM so much. Nah, I'm not a Ford hater, don't go saying that in the comments, but you know, I don't think you can swap this, you know, too many things around like you can with GM. GM didn't change that many things over the years. So a lot of things are interchangeable like crazy. Things that you wouldn't think they would be, and they are. Now this one's a little off, but still makes the same noise. And it shuts and seals. But it ain't gonna matter. The guy's gonna rip this whole body apart. But at least it opens and shuts, so it don't go flying up on the highway on the back of a trailer. Alright, well, here's what you've been all waiting for. Wow, I can't believe that, this is actually happening. I can't believe that I finally pulled this thing after 4 years of ownership. That was the plan all along. Got it running, got it driving correctly. And I've got videos on this car way back on the channel when I got it, and what it looked like and what issues it had. But yeah, the near future, not right now. It's too cold to be doing anything with painting, cleaning. I don't want to really dive into this just yet. I have other things going on behind the scenes, so this will be covered up, and sometime coming spring when it gets a little warmer, then we'll drag it out, we'll clean it up, we'll paint it, replace all the gaskets and seals, and same for the transmission, and throw it into the Eurosport, and that'll be it. But I cannot wait for that. I really cannot. That engine and transmission that's in the Eurosport is shot 240,000 miles versus 145,000. I'll miss the car, but hey, less projects in the yard sitting around that I got to move to cut grass anymore is a sweet thumbs up for me. If I ever have another one of these, definitely will be holding on to it if I can ever find one. They're extremely rare, and finding one in good shape that ain't got a million miles on it, well, it's kind of like a needle in a haystack. But yeah, I'm gonna miss it. But these ride well. They actually ride a little bit better, and it's got four-wheel disc brakes versus the Eurosport that has drum and disc. But and the suspension's a little different on this. I learned that out myself when I took the front end apart. The struts and everything on this is all made different versus an A body. W body is way different. Now, enough with the chit chat. I'm gonna get out of here. I believe that's gonna end this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was a little short, maybe a little long. I'm trying to less talking, but we got the engine and transmission out, as well as some other goodies that I'm gonna be keeping and swapping over to the Eurosport to as an add-on package that the car never came with. So stay tuned for the 3.1 swap in the Eurosport. Like I said, not going to be anytime soon. It's too cold, and I have other things going on in the backgrounds. But as always, guys, like, share, subscribe, comment below, and let me know what you think. And as always, I will catch you later in the next one. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned for more content coming your way.